Hi, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, May 13th, 2020. We are still on lesson 10.5. I will be working on pages 587 and 588. So please go into your Go Math packet and you should be looking at page 587. Here is the learning target. I can use the strategy, draw a diagram to solve problems about time. So this is the same learning target that we've been working on. We're going to use a diagram like a number line, which is a strategy, to help us solve some problems. So please make sure you understand that because that is what we've been working on, and we're going to continue to work on that again today. Again, in your Go Math packet, you should be on page 587. It says Chapter 10, Lesson 5. I'm going to begin with number 1. Patty went to the shopping mall at 11:30 a.m. She shopped for 25 minutes. She spent 40 minutes eating lunch. Then she met a friend at a movie. At what time did Patty meet her friend? Please go back and circle and underline important information. She got to the shopping mall at 11:30 a.m. Please circle. She shopped for 25 minutes. Underline and circle 25. She spent 40 minutes eating lunch. Please circle 40 and minutes eating lunch. You can underline. Then she met a friend at a movie. At what time did Patty meet her friend? Please underline the question. That is what we have to solve. So the first thing, we have to begin with 11:30 a.m. on the number line. Why? Because in the problem it told us she went to the shopping mall at 11:30 a.m. Then count forward 25 minutes and 40 minutes. Why are we using those minutes? Because in the word problem it says she shopped for 25 minutes and she spent 40 minutes eating lunch. Now, 25 minutes and 40 minutes added together is a total of 65 minutes. That's basically an hour and 5 minutes. I want to break that down into smaller jumps when I make my jumps on the number line. So I'm not going to do a whole jump of 65 minutes. I'm going to break that into smaller jumps, and you can see that I did that here. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and show you what I did. It says right there, think. I can break apart the times into shorter amounts of time. That makes sense. Basically what they're saying is making shorter jumps because it's easier to count. So she went to the mall at 11:30. If I jump 25 minutes, which represents how long she shopped, I can do that in my head. 25 plus 11:30 is 11:55 because I'm only adding minutes. Now I'm going to add another 5 minutes on to 11:55. I'm at 12 o'clock. And then I'm going to add another 35 minutes on, and I'm now at 12:35. Now, where did I get 35 and 5? From the 40 minutes that she spent eating lunch. So instead of doing a jump of 40, I broke it into 5 and 35. As long as you get to 12:35, boys and girls, you are correct. You can make the jumps any way you want as long as they added up to 65 minutes. My jumps add up to 65 minutes, so I ended at 12:35. So Patty met her friend at 12:35 p.m. Make sure you have that copied. You can pause if you need to. I'm going to keep moving. Number 2. It says, what if Patty goes to the mall at 11:30 a.m. and meets a friend at a movie at 1:15 p.m.? Patty wants to shop and have 45 minutes for lunch before meeting her friend. How much time can Patty spend shopping? So please go back and underline and circle. She went to the mall again at 11:30 a.m., meets a friend at a movie at 1:15 p.m. That's the time she wants to meet her friend. So please underline that and circle 1:15. Patty wants to shop, though, and she wants to have 45 minutes for lunch before meeting her friend. So we have to figure out how much time Patty can spend shopping because we know how long she took to eat lunch. It told us have 45 minutes for lunch. So we know how long she's going to eat lunch, but we don't know how long she's going to have to shop. So I know this sounds confusing, and that's why I'm trying to break it down for you. We know what time she's going to eat lunch. We don't know how long she's going to shop. That's what we're going to find on the number line. Now, the answer is there, but I made a number line to show you, and I would like for you to make it too. So let me just zoom in here so you can see what I did. All right, so 11:30 is the time she got to the mall. I added 30 minutes on and got to 12 o'clock. And then I added 15 minutes on and I got to 12:15. This 30 and 15 I broke into smaller jumps, but they equal 45 minutes that she ate lunch, because that's what it told us in the word problem. So do you understand what I did? I took the 45 minutes and I broke it into 30 and 15. This is how long she ate lunch. We're now at 12:15, and we got to meet our friend, or Patty has to meet her friend, at 1:15. So how long does she have to shop until she sees her friend? 60 minutes or 1 hour. So let me just put PM here. So from 12:15 to 1:15, if we add 60 minutes on, that's how long she's going to get to go shopping until she meets her friend at 1:15. So please copy this. That's where I got the 60 minutes from. The problem already told us about lunch. We had to figure out how long she would have to shop until 1:15. Our answer is 60 minutes or 1 hour. Pause the video if you need to, but there is the answer that I wrote. How much time can she spend shopping? 60 minutes, or you could have written 1 hour. Okay, I'm moving on to number 3. It says Avery got on the bus at 1:10 p.m. The trip took 90 minutes. Then she walked for 32 minutes to get home. At what time did Avery arrive at home? Go back and circle. She got on the bus at 1:10 p.m. The trip took 90 minutes. Please underline and circle 90. Then she walked for 32 minutes. Please circle 32 and underline the rest. Underline the question. At what time did Avery arrive at home? So we know what time she got on the bus. That's our start time. We know it took 90 minutes for the trip. That's a big number. I'm going to break that down. And we know she walked 32 minutes to get home. So 90 and 32 have to be put on this number line in order for us to find out at what time Avery arrived home. So please look at my number line. We know she got on the bus at 1:10, so that's what we start with. I added 60 minutes or an hour. Now I'm at 2:10. Then I'm going to add 30 minutes, and I'm going to be at 2:40. Where did I get 60 and 30 from? The 90-minute trip that she had on the bus. I broke it into 60 and 30. That's done. Now I got to take that 32 minutes and put it on my number line for the time it took her to walk home. So now I'm at 2:40, and I'm going to break 32 down. First, I'm going to do a jump of 20 minutes. I'm at 3 o'clock. Then I'm going to do a jump of 10 minutes. I'm at 3:10. And then I'm going to do a little jump of 3:12. What time did she get home? 3:12. And notice Ms. Harling put it right up here. The 20 plus 10 plus 2 equals 32 minutes that it took her to walk home. These two jumps represent the 90 minutes for the trip on the bus. So I broke it down into smaller jumps, and I ended at 3:12. Again, you could have broken it down a different way also, but as long as you had a total of 132 minutes, really, because 90 plus 32 is 132. But you can copy mine. She got home at 3:12 p.m., and I have that written there in larger numbers as my final answer. Okay, I'm moving on. So, let's look at Number 4, on your own. It says Kyle and Josh have a total of 64 CDs. Kyle has 12 more CDs than Josh. How many CDs does each boy have? So I kind of covered it because I didn't want you to see the answer yet. Okay. So what I want you to do, boys and girls, is first go back and circle important information and underline it. Kyle and Josh have a total of 64 CDs. Please circle 64, underline total CDs. Kyle has 12 more CDs than Josh. Please underline Kyle has 12 more, circle, CDs than Josh. So here's what I gave you as a little hint. I said, think of two numbers that have a sum of 64 and a difference of 12. Now, if you want, you can pause the video, try to work this out with someone at home and see if you can figure out the two numbers, the number for Josh and the number for Kyle. Now, remember, Kyle has to have 12 more CDs than Josh. But when you add the numbers together, they have to add to 64. And when you subtract the numbers you come up with, the answer has to be 12. So if you want to pause the video, you can. See if you can figure it out before I give you the answer. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. Ready? You could have paused the video before Miss Harling shows you the answer. Kyle had 38 CDs and Josh had 26. How did I come up with that? You can see it a little bit over here. 38 plus 26 is 64. Remember, in the problem, it said the total was 64 CDs. And if I subtract 38 and 26, I get 12. So those are the two numbers you need to use for Kyle and Josh. Kyle had 38, Josh had 26. All right, I'm moving on to page 588. Again, I did all of it. I want you just to copy and I'm going over it with you. Number 5, Jamal spent 60 minutes using the computer. He spent half an hour of that time playing games and the rest of the time researching his report. How many minutes did Jamal spend researching his report? Well, we know that a half hour equals 30 minutes. So he took that 60 minutes and he broke it into two parts because he spent half of that time playing games and half of the time researching his project. So I subtracted 60 minus the half hour, which is 30, and 60 minus 30 gives me 30. So how many minutes did Jamal spend researching his report? 30 minutes. And the other 30 minutes is when he was playing on the computer and he was playing games. Number 6, when Caleb got home from school, he worked on his science project for 20 minutes. Then he studied for a test for 30 minutes. He finished at 4:35 p.m. At what time did Caleb get home from school? Again, please circle and underline important information. He worked on his science project for 20 minutes. Then he studied for a test for 30 minutes. He finished at 4:35 p.m. At what time did Caleb get home from school? So make sure you have that information circled and underlined. Again, I do that with you because you got to make sure that you are underlining and circling important information that's going to help you solve the problem. So we definitely need these times, 20 minutes and 30 minutes. If you add those together, how many minutes is that total? 50 minutes that he spent doing all the things that he did, working on the science project and studying for the test. So 50 minutes he basically spent on doing things that he had to do for school. So we know he ended at 4:35. Ms. Harling made a number line to show you. So let's just look at this first. You can see that 4:35 is here at the end, right here. And I'm going to count back 10 minutes. I'm at 4:25. I'm going to count back 5 minutes. I'm at 4:20. I'm going to count back 10 minutes. I'm at 4:10. I'm going to count back 10 minutes. I'm at 4 o'clock. I'm going to count back another 10 minutes. I'm at 3:50. And I'm going to count back another 5 minutes. I'm at 3:45. When you add my jumps together, that is a total of 50 minutes. Where am I getting 50 minutes from? Because in the problem, it said 20 minutes he spent on the science project, 30 minutes he spent on the test. 20 plus 30 is 50. So I had to subtract 50 minutes back from the time that he finished everything. Please copy. And I did some 5-minute intervals because it just made it easier to count backwards for me. I could have made these all 10s because it's 50 minutes, but some of them I jumped 5 minutes because of the time, and it was easier for me to count back that way. Again, you could have done 50 minutes too, in a different way, making different jumps than I did, but you still should have had an answer of 3:45. If you don't, then your jumps are not correct, or you may have subtracted wrong. All right, I'm going to number 7, mathematical practice. It says Miguel played video games each day for a week. On Monday, he scored 83 points. His score went up 5 points each day. On what day did Miguel score 103 points? Explain how you found the answer. So now let's go back and underline important information that we need. Miguel played video games each day for a week. On Monday, he scored 83 points. Please circle 83 and underline the rest. His score went up 5 points each day. Please circle 5 points every day. On what day did Miguel score 103 points? That's what we have to find. Please circle 103 points, and you can underline the rest. So here's what I did, my friends, before you write any of that stuff down. I'm going to zoom in. We know on Monday he scored 83 points. They told us every day he kept improving by 5 points. So I kept adding 5 on until I got to 103. So even though he did it for a week, I don't need to know what he did on Saturday and Sunday, because once he got to 103, I just have to tell what day that is, because that's what the question asked. So 83 points is on Monday. If I add 5, he's at 88 on Tuesday. Add 5, he's at 93 on Wednesday. Add 5, he's at 98 on Thursday. Add 5, he's at 103 on Friday. So now I know what day he got to 103. See that? I'll keep it there for a few minutes or a few seconds. Pause the video if you need. And I wrote my answer because it said on what day. We know it was Friday, but they want us to explain how we found the answer. So I said, I found the sum, I added 5 until I got a sum of 103. Since I added 4 5s, I counted 4 days after Monday to reach Friday. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom out here so you guys can see all of that. Again, I added 5 until I got a sum of 103. So basically, we kept adding. Since I added 4 5s, I counted 4 days after Monday to reach Friday. So that's how I knew Friday was the answer, because once I got to Friday, it was 103 points. Pause the video if you need to. All right, so I know that sentence might sound a little tricky, but basically we kept adding 5 until we saw on Friday we had 103 points. So Friday was the answer. And then, of course, for number 8, I already showed you the answer there too. But it says, when Laura arrived at the library, she spent 40 minutes reading a book. Then she spent 15 minutes reading a magazine. She left the library at 4:15. Circle the time that makes sense. I gave you the answer, which is 3:20. But what else could I have done, obviously, to show you that 3:20 was the answer? I can use the strategy of making a number line. So please go back. She spent 40 minutes reading a book. Then she spent 15 minutes reading a magazine. She left the library at 4:15. So 4:15 is my ending time. If I make a number line, you can make a horizontal line here. Put 4:15 at the end, and we're going to count which way, adding forward or counting backwards. We're going to count backwards. So excuse me, she spent 40 minutes reading a book. I'm not going to jump 40 minutes. I'm going to break it into 20 and 20. So this would be maybe 15 I'll do, because that's easier. I'm at 4 o'clock. Then I'm going to do another 10 minutes. I'm at 3:50. So far, I've done 25 minutes. Then I'm at, let's see, because 40, let's just say 40 and 15 boys and girls is 55 minutes. That's the total number of jumps I need to make here. So now I'm going to do 20 minutes. And I'm at 3:30. Now, so far, I've done 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 15 more is 45. I need to get to 55, so I only need to do 10 more minutes. It's a lot of adding and subtracting in your head. Take 10 minutes off. I'm at 3:20. So, what time did Laura arrive at the library? 3:20. So, 15 plus 10 plus 20 plus 10 is 55 minutes, my friends. Where did I get 55 minutes from? Because in the problem, she spent 40 minutes reading and 15 minutes reading a magazine. So 40 plus 15 is the 55 minutes that I have to use as jumps on the number line. I'm done. Yay! Now, I'm probably going to put another video up and go over the homework that I gave you on Monday, which was from lesson 10.4. I never went over the answers. Remember, I assigned it on Monday, and I said I would give you a couple days to work on it, and I did a lot of those problems with you. So hopefully that video won't take too long, but I will be going over 10.4's homework, 10.4 homework that I assigned on Monday. Thank you for watching again. I know that these videos are getting a little bit longer because some of these lessons are getting longer, and I really want to make sure you understand them and you're working with me step by step. I really appreciate you watching, moms, dads, older brothers and sisters, people at home that are helping you with this. But I want to make sure that I'm helping you as much as I can. Remember, these packets can be dropped off. You got a robocall, maybe an email as well, about the different locations that the packets can be dropped off, okay? And that's coming up next week. So remember, we may not get through the whole packet. That's okay. If you hand it in and you've shown the work that I've done for the last couple of weeks, you're getting credit for it, boys and girls, okay? So again, thank you for watching the videos if you've been watching, because this is going to do nothing but help you. So don't throw away these packets. Hold on to them until next week. You have gotten information about where you can drop these packets off, okay? I will see you in a little bit going over 10.4's homework. Bye for now.